We're going to stay here. All right? What do you want? You want to, in some way, how you can describe it now? You'd like to know the cause of all things, but to know means knowledge, so you can't say that. All right. You know what's unutterable, but you're still going to continue. It's unknowable. It's beyond being, above nature. All right. Now let's take a look. We're at 1.3. Do you see now we can follow everything we're doing tonight because you have the text in front of you? All right. Oh, you don't? Yes, you do. You'll get it quick. Now this is an extremely interesting section. And here you are, sir, with your copy. Again, this is an Alan Watts translation. The excellent cause of all things may be revealed with many words, with few words, or with even no words, inasmuch he is both unutterable, and unknowable. Because beyond being, he stands above all nature. He is truly revealed without covering only to those who pass above. You have to pass above all things that are pure, all things that are impure, above. You have to pass above them and beyond them. Right? Would you agree we're on page 27? Notice the language. All right? You have to go beyond all climbing of sacred heights. You have to leave behind all heavenly lights and sounds, supernal discourses. And watch, and are taken up into that darkness where he truly is, who is beyond all things. This will get you here. Look here. If you do that, this is what it's promising. If you're able to do that, this will by itself take you up into that darkness to him who is beyond all. This is the method. But you can't indulge in any of these, can you? The implications of these. Now, Pseudo-Dionysius is very, very important figure. Probably the most important thinker there is in the whole Western European tradition. He framed theology for Christianity. He framed it all for St. Thomas Aquinas. He framed it all for the great thinkers. And he's been repudiated because they discovered it was a forgery. But the works are astonishingly profound. Watch what he does now. We're now going to see how clever this man is. He now talks about Moses. All right, now he has to talk about religious figures because his goal is to try to represent himself in the tradition of Christianity while at the same time infusing into it the highest insights of Platonic, Neoplatonic thought. That's his goal. Under the cover, it's really a cover, it's a disguise. He's going to write in such a way that he's going to appear to many to be a Christian. He's going to use that cover to introduce and perpetuate Greek learning, which at this point was being eclipsed by the rise of Christianity and the closing of the pagan schools of philosophy, which of course are Plato's schools, Platonic schools. So let's look at the way he talks about Moses. Clever enough, he says what Moses had was really a vision. This is my language, but it's really a secondary vision. It wasn't really profound enough. Let's see how he does it, he says. He says, first, Moses was purified. And once he was purified, he was set aside from those who weren't purified. He had heard many trumpets, sounds, multitude of lights, and shining beams of light in a variety of ways. Isn't this what we just found out that you should ignore? No. Yeah, is that where he is? Yes. Then after this he set aside. He went before the priest to the uttermost peaks of sacred heights. Wait a minute, didn't we just say that you should avoid such things? Now he reflects back on it and he makes this wonderful statement about Moses. He saw only the place where he, capital H, he, God, dwells. He never went any further. That's the limit of his vision. He saw only the place where he dwells, going this way. And then he has another great line. Well, all of these spiritual experiences are merely images of things subordinate to him because he transcends them all. Now, all of this, however, may be known of the mind. All this can be known. This can be known. This can be known. This all can be known. But what was known is only the place where he dwells, not where he is. That's where, in other words, you found the bed, the body's gone.
You found the coffin.
Gone, right? Open the coffin, nothing there.
Those are all images of things subordinate
That's right.
to him.
Only what?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Those
What?
are all images that,
Yeah.
of things subordinate to the he.
To the one, or
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Now, notice what he's doing. He is structuring it in such a way that what he is going to say is going to have a higher status than Moses. He's placing himself on top of and beyond Moses. Is that great? All right, here it is. So therefore he has to say then, all right, if that way fails, then what is the manner to be united with God? And that's the method. A very interesting method. Right? Take away all things from him. Now, you know what that means? Whether you like it or not, everybody, especially you, everyone has an idea of God. And that's why they're ignorant. And that's why they're ignorant. Everyone has an idea of God. Now, that idea of God or ultimate reality is nothing other than the screening device.
Right. I agree.
That's the problem. So, look here. Then what, if that's the case, then what is the manner to be united with God? That's easy. That's easy. That image, whatever image you have, take away from him everything. Whatever image you have of God, it's wrong. Now that means you have to discover it. It means you have to admit to yourself that you have it. It means you have to admit in one way or the other that there is such an image in your mind, and everyone has one. And the people who have the most, some of the most interesting images are atheists.
They call themselves
Huh?
fundamentalists, so.
Yeah, one of the most interesting ones, right? Because they think he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And they're right.
But that's an idea.
Yeah, but he doesn't exist the way they think of him as existing. They're quite right. But they don't know they're quite right.
the right opinion would
Yeah, the idea that they have of him, it's quite right. It does not exist.
Right.
Yeah, quite true. But we have to get it out, have to discover it. So now how do you discover it? He says, look here. You have to look at it in particular. You have to look at this image. Eh? And you have to go from particulars to universals. That's the way you're going to proceed, right? From particulars to universals. Like, if we could gather one, watch, let's see if we can do it this way. When you think about God, which one of these comes natural?
generally he
Got to strip that away. All three.